my bread and butter. Oh, and now, so now the audio is being shared, and now
we are alive.
Oh my God, we really got to get these intros down. Like, there's a pregame that we do stereo, then we got to put our thing up, then we got to play the music and the intro music, not ours, but like, come on, folks, take your seats. It's like the lights will dim when the show is about to start, kind of shit. And then once we kind of banter, we come on after that, over that music, and then we banter back and forth. And then you say, well, should we start a show? And I say, nope. And you say, burr, 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 burr. And I say, God damn it. And then we go live. Like, there's the whole thing. Did you not read your sides? I did a whole. Our production manager is going to be fired after this. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, bring your video on.
Okay. I liked it. I saw you in a car with a bunch of old ladies there.
How that happened?
No, I don't either, but I'm a big fan of it. I'm glad you didn't take any shittier pictures. I don't know what's happened.
Could have been a real oopsie.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, does this look infected to you? Website? Like, oh no. It's all my medical history. Oh no. Jeebus, John. Jeebus.
What do you think? Should we get into it?
I don't know what to think at this point with your grandma sweater still happening. I don't know what to think. So I'm literally just a squirrel trying to get a nut. I don't know what's happening. I'm focused on making it funny. So if you say it's time, it's time. If I don't think so, I'll keep it to myself, and I'm focused on that nut.
Well, howdy.
Sounds like someone's got somewhere to go. Gotta get going. Gotta go now. Have didgeridoo and kazoo need to travel. Gotta get going. We're on a schedule, says John L. Peacock.
I'm John L. Peacock in Brooklyn, New York. This is my boy Pete out in Southern California, and you're listening to Two-Sided, where every episode I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the fun and the serious.
And I take the challenge and I throw it right back and I say, no, boo this man, boo this man. The me and the you, the right and the wrong, the fun and the serious. Boo, boo, boo. Continue.
So we haven't really done a full check-in. A couple of words. How you feeling?
I'm done check-in. I need you to turn your head and cough. All right. Everything seems normal here.
Yeah.
Also, tell me about your week. Do you have a fear of heights or widths? Did you hug your mother too much or not enough? Tell me about your dreams. This week I am counting down. I got one more day left. I've aggressively purchased hot sauces in the last couple weeks. So I got 4 more today, and they are delicious. God damn, they're one. I only tasted 3 because the 4th one, it was a drunken purchase. Like, I do my best shopping when I'm a little bit hammered. Yeah. And it's like Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, kind of like, oh, hello, breakfast. Let's do some shopping. But I did this one, and they're all the same size bottle. It's like 5-ounce bottle of hot sauce. The normal thing, it's like, oh, here's a 2-pack for $16. Here's one hot sauce for like $8. I bought one for like $21. I was like, what? Huh. I'm glad I didn't think about that one. It's smoked jalapeno that then was barrel aged in rum barrels.
Okay.
And the bottle itself is like a Maker's Mark. It has a wax thing, because I'm like just taking all the shit off to like, oh, test them. Like, it has wax. The king's seal is upon it. They will know if we break the seal.
That's right.
So I didn't break it yet, but Griff and I are going to do because he has 4. I have like freaking 6 or 7 now, plus all the other ones we've collected. And he's like, I'm putting more orders in. I'm putting more orders in too. Fuck the kids' fucking inheritance. We're going to buy hot sauce.
Not that you need all that for the trip, but the tendency when you get locked into a serious hot sauce collection is to push it as far as you can go.
Exactly. Oh, you took too much. You took too much scorpion pepper.
That's right.
You son of a bitch. I'm in. So yeah, it's been a good week. I don't think I worked. Yeah, it's all surreal. Everything after this year has been surreal because I've taken off a lot of time. Even this is not scheduled. Like, I got a lot of sick time. I'm not feeling well. Look at me in the eyes. Do I look well to you? I gotta go. So that's been good. But I think I have one more day. Tomorrow's one more day. Yeah, just like 8 more hours to wake up. Like I'm just clocking it down, baby. Just like it feels like a service in Vietnam where you've done one tour and you're at the end of your tour. It's like I got one more week, then I can go home. I got 6 more hours and a wake up. That's exactly how I feel. But other than that, I have hot sauces to look forward to. Good on smokes. Re-upped on other smoke. I have booze for tonight. Oh, speaking of which, I should probably... But I will be out, and I realized that my consumption is getting a little high, John.
On that note, maybe we should get rid of some of that booze for you so that you just have less in the house. Trying to help you out.
Know what? This is the intervention that I've been dreaming of my whole life. We're not gonna leave here till you drink all the booze. You shouldn't have more booze. Drink it all. Get it out of your house. Gookie dookie.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Cheers.
Here's to you, mate.
Oh, that's gonna bring us directly into our first lightning round.
Okay, lightning round.
As with all of our first lightning rounds of the evening, it's always a standard Q&A. Pete, are you ready?
Oh, I'm so goddamn ready, John. It's about time I get a question that I can answer truthfully in this life. I've always had to second guess and kowtow, but no longer, John. This is our lightning round, and today I will be honest.
We've been talking a lot about food challenges over the past year. We've just been recently talking a lot about the hot sauces, but before we talked a lot about like the big burger challenge, burrito challenge.
Oh yeah.
So, what is your preferred food challenge? What do you like to watch? What do you like to for people?
To watch, or my preferred to what I'm going to like aggressively eat and train for. There's two different things.
I know this question is specifically, what is your preferred food challenge to watch?
To watch, I don't like head to head. I like things that are time challenged against a restaurant. I always enjoy watching. I enjoy my favorites are the fucking steak challenges or the burger challenges because I was looking like I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. But when they're like, all right, here's a 7-pound burrito with like 4 pounds of beans or like here's something with 7 pounds of French fries. Nope. Here's a gallon milkshake and then a gallon chocolate milkshake. Nope. I don't do carbs or lactose intolerance. My body is a temple. I never said who worships there, but we got to keep it good for the parishioners is what I'm thinking.
So you'd be down with the big, the Great Outdoors challenge of the 120-ounce steak?
That's one of the, dude, that's 120. I think that was big, but now you go to Texas and there's some tomahawk chops that are like 180 ounces. And it's like, and you have like, and a baked potato and 3 sides and a biscuit and a thing. I was like, I look at the whole thing and I was like, what's pulls me up is like the potato. I'm like, you know what? I could do that if I just drown it with meat. I could do that. And gravy, I could do that.
Yeah.
If I mash it, I could do that. Can I bring my own food processor? I can blend everything and drink it like a shake. I can do that.
I don't want a milkshake, but a meat shake. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. You said my 2 favorite words in the English dictionary: meat and shake. I am in, bro. I'm fucking in.
All right, next question. Who is your favorite food challenger?
Okay. See, so this is where it gets a little weird because I don't like any of them on a level like, cool, I want to watch this person all the time. Like, there is. So I do like. So I started with Randy Santel, and he's just a douchebag. He's like, he always on his food challenges. It's the worst thing. It's like it's when someone has a tick and you just like you see it like, God damn it, stop doing that one thing that I hate.
Yeah.
And he has like 3 of them. He always says like he'll go through the food of what he's like. All right, it's a 72-ounce, 3 30-ounce burgers. We got some healthy vegetables. He always says healthy vegetables. It's like pickles and onions or like a tomato. It's like whatever. And we got healthy vegetables. Like that's his joke. And then he also says, hey, I'm here at so-and-so's brewery doing this thing. Got a lot of people here who came out for the challenge. Hey, thank you so much. And he's like, thank you so much. And he claps like this. He's like, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I don't know how you learned to clap, but I can't support you in any.
Wait,
all right.
Like the zoo, he's clapping like a seal.
Yes, because he's like, all right, thanks for everyone coming. All right, thanks so much. Okay, so here's what we got. Geez. And it's like, oh, no. The chick I like, Katina Eats Kilos. She's great. But then she got with Randy Santel, and now they live together, and I don't like it. I don't do any social media. I learned this all from their YouTube channels. Come to our Facebook. Nope. Fuck off. I've seen how they eat together, and like when they hold hands when they sit down, and he's like, come on, babe. I'm like, don't call her babe. I hate her now, too. Raina is crazy. Crazy Raina is probably my favorite. She's a chick out of Southern California who's all Hello Kitty'd out and like, okay, everybody. And like little Asian girl who literally drives her pink fucking Hello Kitty car with all the Hello Kitty shit with a camera in it. Okay, we're in Texas. Okay, we're in Virginia to go to food challenges and eat for like a week. And she will put everyone down. Like she beats records and she's in Southern California. So she'll do a lot of shit and like, oh, I'm in East LA. I'm in Fontana. I'm in, wherever in Eastvale, like wherever. It's like, I can go there. I can go there. I can go there. And she's like, okay, hey, 2 pounds of boba and fucking 2 pounds of Kung Pao. Okay, I'm going to get some dessert. Like, you're a lady after my own heart. So
does she always do the quality or quantity challenge, or does she do heat as well?
She does heat, she does speed, she does quantity, she does it all, and she lists her shit on different challenges so you can whatever you want, whatever your purview is. It's
right.
Like, and the great thing is she also has her a merch page, and some of it is Raina's crazy merch, and it's like her little Japanimation figure doing weird things. But her other shit is just badass. A hoodie that's all hot Cheetos, like a full-on hot Cheetos hoodie. I'm like, she's like, get in my hot page. Like, hell yeah, bitch. Or like tacos, a bunch of tacos. Yeah, you're good on every level. So I think Raina's Crazy is my favorite. And Drew, like this dude up in Canada who's a personal trainer and still looks like a personal trainer, but he can eat faster and more than anyone I've ever seen, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he's super, super nice and Canadian. So even when people are assholes, they're like, okay, all right, well, thanks. All right. And he comes out, well, that was really weird. I don't know. Those guys are kind of jerks, but okay.
All right,
Sorry.
All right. All right, let's plow through this. Have you ever been to an actual food challenge yourself?
Other than a watermelon eating competition and a pie eating competition that were like summer camps or like activities, I haven't been to a brick and mortar destination to go and eat their food to destroy a house. As we call it, wreck house. Down under style, wreck house.
Maybe we'll have to change that.
I have not. No. I definitely do, because I've been to locations. Here's the deal on those. Because you go to locations with one person, two people, and you don't know it's a food challenge place. Like I've happened in Huntington. We were out in Joshua Tree once, and you just go like, oh, we're gonna go have drinks and have lunch, and it's like, oh, do you want to take this challenge? And you're with the people who are like, I'm gonna do this. And like, no, don't. I don't want to be here for that. And like they don't want to support you, and they don't want the people like chubby check, like everyone bringing the thing out and like timing, like they don't want to be part of that. It's like,
right.
I want to do it alone. I want to be like the lone wolf. Like I have a hard time seeing a movie by myself, much less going to an eating challenge to myself. Like,
right.
Hey, I'm lonely, but I'm hungry too. No, I'll just stay lonely in the dark instead of tell you I'm lonely and eat in front of you. Wow. Any other predilections that you've failed on that you want to preach about to the public? No, thank you. Fuck off. So I haven't had the right group of people, and every time I'm like, all right, we're in San Diego, let's do this. And it's like other people are like, we're all drinking, we're doing the drinks. I'm like, yeah, well, let's go do this. Like, all right, I don't want to have a bunch of drunks trying to support me after I've been drinking. You got to train. It's a lot of hard work in the dream. You got to carbo load. You exercise. You stretch the day before. You do all those things, and yeah. But I haven't been able to pull the trigger on that. So, baby steps.
Stay tuned. Finally, why do you think that there is an obsession with food challenges in some sects of America?
The answer is America.
That is the correct answer.
Yep. No, because we're like, oh, we're starving. It's like, we have more food than we know what to do with. We bathe in it. We roll on beds in it. We have competitions about it and throw the rest out.
That's right.
We have entire sects, S-E-C-T-S, of that are not food banks, that are specifically for restaurants that are taking waste that restaurants have filled in, like, oh, we can take this kind of waste, not prepared waste, but it's, we have so much excess. It's like, oh, this is beautifully prepared sea bass. It's Chilean. Tell everybody at the shelter that it's Chilean. Like, what the fuck is happening in our country that we can do this? Yeah, it's literally like, shout out to Mr. V, literally, figuratively, seriously.
Actually,
it's like the Three Amigos, where you see one country gets sand, and one country gets a drop, and then America does this, pours in our head, like bucket, and throws the rest out.
A little gloss, a little lip gloss.
Oh, okay, and that is. The Three Amigos Cantina scene is how America deals with food. And that is why we do food challenges, because we don't know any better, and we're deviants who must be destroyed.
Well, speaking of deviants, we got Mr. V.
Fucking A.
This guy.
He
Oi, righto, used two blokes doing your thing. Stop that, no, stop, do the toe.
This is my favorite.
God damn it.
This is my favorite. So just so you guys know, this is our Drungo Down Under that we referred to before John was started the show. I don't do shit until our Drungo's here. And he showed up, and it felt like he's listening to spirit. He hears it's happening. He's on the move. You can hear. It's a new show on A&E called Drungo's on the Move. All right, here we go. We get fucking, rovers. We get down under. We fucking spread the COVID. We get the fucking kiddies in the car. We fucking run around. We fucking chuck them out of the car pools and also fucking test sites. Good on you, Drunko. There he is. Mr. V, God damn it. I've never met you. I've never seen you, but I feel like you're one of my closest friends. And that is very, very telling about where my life is right now. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we got a lot to talk about, so let's jump into our first segment. We're going to jump into our serious segment. You want to do a shot before we do?
Yeah, if you're going to get serious on me, dude, I definitely do. And now I'm looking at our page, and I'm not sure what you're referring to about serious and fun, but I feel like you might have mistitled things, and I feel like you don't know the verbiage and the colloquialisms of what things are. If we're talking about the Phoenix Rivers movie from the 1990s, by all means. If we're talking about kicks that people shoot each other for, you mistitled our show. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Dink.
Oh
no! Okay.
Yep.
Today is the 1-year anniversary of the swearing in of President Joseph R. Biden and Vice President Kamala Devi Harris.
This has nothing to do with the Golden Globes.
Big push during this milestone is opening the website covidtest.org. Again, that's covidtest.org, where each resident can receive up to 4 free at-home COVID-19 tests. So if you haven't gotten that yet, please go to covidtest.org, that's singular, covidtest.org, and you can get your free at-home COVID-19 tests. And so,
I'm so glad you said that. Because I'm sure because you have your finger on the pulse of America's fucking testicles that you realize the medical history. I got the link from a friend. I sent it to you the other day. I ordered mine, and my friend who sent it is like, "Hey, you got your test? Are you gonna take your test? You got them?" It's like, "Yeah, you're gonna use." I'm like, no, I got the test. I'm not gonna use them. I don't go anywhere to be infected. I'm waiting till this fucking supply chain falls out. I'm selling these fuckers in the black market, and I'm making a buck. John, this is how we get our PO box for two-sided. I sell these COVID tests, and if fucking Mr. V can pay the shipping to go overseas, oh wait, it's like a DVD, like you get a Blu-ray, it's different regions.
These COVID right. It doesn't work in their nostrils, right?
It doesn't work down under. Like their toilets flush differently, so they don't test the same way we do. It's very, very specific.
Their nostrils swab counterclockwise.
Yeah, that feels weird you say that, but I don't like you to say nostrils or swabbing in public. So,
and so as we are recording live on this 1-year anniversary, our serious segment topic of this episode is, of course, the Golden Globes. So the Golden Globes, awarded to artists of the big and small screen by the Hollywood Foreign Press, was created nearly 80 years ago in 1944. What do you think of when you think of the Golden Globes?
I think of pomp and circumstance. I think of Golden Globes are they're great, but they're not a great thing. Like all they do is lead me to a couple shows I haven't seen before, and I'm like, I'll watch that. Fair enough. But no. But same with fucking the Oscars. Same with the Tonys. Like it's for me, Emmys. It's just all it is a guide to what I should watch. Now you watch all this other stuff, and you're pissed about what hasn't been nominated. Well, check this shit out. All right.
Well, right. So they have that fanfare, right? They are very similar to the Oscars, which which gives awards to the big screen only, to movies, Hollywood movies, and the Emmys, which only gives awards to television shows.
Right.
And
Right.
so you know what? Growing up, I always thought that they were like that gap. They were the ones who went both. They swung both ways. They went small screen. They went big screen. Right. Uh, Older in my early adulthood, I realized that was the one award show where the actors could drink, or the stars could drink in the show at the award ceremony, and so it just became, it was just this party. It was not so stuffy as the Oscars, but it was, you could see people visibly drunk. No one was being shamed for that reason because everyone was drinking. There was booze on the
But no,
table,
no,
et cetera, right?
no. But I feel that. But I'm like, now you're just like saying, "Hey, Golden Globes, this is where because we get hammered." I'm like, bro, you get hammered everywhere if you put your mind to it. I would go to the Tonys, the Emmys, the Academy Awards. I would be hammered. Hey, you can't have drinks. Fair enough. You're gonna kick me out. If I'm nominated, fuck you. I'm drinking hard.
Well, they have been known as the third largest award ceremony in Hollywood after the Oscars and then the Emmys, right? The Hollywood Foreign Press was created in the 1940s
You.
at the height of the studio superstars as a way to have press from outside the U.S. be able to get access to the celebrities where they had at that point little to no access before. They realized that if they added an award ceremony to this little group that they formed by banding together, which was the original group was a little under 100 people, and that number has stayed essentially the same for the past 80 years. They realized that the more fanfare and prestige they could get was through having an award ceremony, and so they quickly created the Golden Globes to supplement these newly formed group, the Hollywood Foreign Press. Now, I said their group. Yeah,
Nope,
I
nope,
said their
nope.
group
Go
was
ahead.
was a little under 100, still around the same today. Whereas there are 20,000 voting members of the group voting on the Emmys, and nearly 10,000 voting members for the Oscars. So a little under
Right,
100, 10,000, 20,000.
right. Little under 100 though, but look who they are. Look who is on them. Look what we think about them, and look what they've done to this world, John.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna
So
get into that.
I don't want. No, I don't want to go ahead. I don't want to jump ahead. I don't want to fucking jump your shark. But continue, my friend.
This to continue with this access and prestige, the Golden Globes ceremony was created in January of each year, which was markedly before Oscars were voted on, and it became known as the kickoff to Oscar season. This generated a major money market for Hollywood with a party where the stars can drink, let loose, and create some of the fun sound bites to even further their fame.
And literally, we try to have a Golden Globe celebration every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, where we get to have a little fun, we get a little drunk, and we have some good sound bites to kick off what we're doing for the rest of our lives. From my
So we
mouth
can
to
relate.
God's ears.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I understand their conundrum. I feel their pain. You do what you need to do, but, grandma sweaters take you only so far.
That's right. So in 1982, the first major scandal made me feel a little clump there. All right.
Cancer.
In 1982, an actress, Piazza Dora, was named New Star of the Year for her film Butterfly, which hadn't even been released yet by the Golden Globes. And when it came out, she was panned as spectacularly inept. So people were wondering how the Golden Globe, the Hollywood Foreign Press could possibly ever choose her as New Star of the Year. Then it came out that her billionaire husband flew the entire Hollywood Foreign Press to his casino and treated them like royalty as a bride. CBS which had been running that show for the first 40 years, dropped the show. But they were quickly picked up by NBC without a break whatsoever. So the NBC has been broadcasting them for the past 40 years.
Yeah, that it just it's that whole hey brotherly, hey, come on, you get grandfathered in. Where it's the boys club. It's the whole before we had the idea of this isn't a monopoly. We're just supporting the people who want to be supported, and they're supporting us, and we're all keeping everyone else out. It's not a big deal.
Right.
It's like go to Community Chest and figure out what you're going to do with your life, because we have the entire board locked down, motherfucker.
That's right. Take a
AP.
chance. Take a chance. Take a ride.
Take a chance. I don't know. I don't listen to music, but I heard that's a song.
So you're right. A major reason why Hollywood has averted its eyes to these very obvious, very open scandals over the past, let's say, 40 years, because I'm sure there were some before, but they didn't really come out before 1982, before this big one, is because of the money market. Because not only is it a party, but it's a way to push the movies, a way to, like you said, what do you think of when you think of the Golden Globes? The same thing is with all of them. Where should I be looking? What should I be looking at? Right? What should I be watching? And Hollywood has just been on board 100%. In 1999,
why would they be?
Yeah.
My whole thing is, as a business, is like, all right, we need to make more money, and we have more people with eyes on movies. And if these movies, these producers, these directors give us support, give us financial recompense, why wouldn't we support them and promote their shit? Like, it's just very, right. It's basic. It's the same thing as being a political pundit, being like, oh, I'm here, not a pundit.
Lobbyist?
A lobbyist. It's the same thing as being a lobbyist.
Yep.
Like, hey, you like this? No. But do you like it now? If I put, do you like it now? How about back rubs? You like bus tokens? You like quail eggs? What do you like? And do you like it now? And now these are the 5 or 6. And, okay, go. I'll go off on this shit. Go ahead. Go.
In 1999, Sharon Stone, who did an Albert Brooks comedy, The Muse, had the film company send the part of the production company, not Sharon Stone herself, but the production company had the film company sent the foreign press $400 Coach watches, really good, nice Coach watches. And lo and behold, a couple days later, she got herself a nomination for Best Actress in a Comedy.
100%. The thing is, I feel like those AP press reporters are the same. They're the same kind of. They come from the same birthright as you, where $400 watch means dick to me. Like, I give those out on the street. They mean nothing.
Right.
Like, this is all. It's all a persona. All of my good stuff is in the back. $400. I spit on it.
Other gift scandals have happened.
Also, do you have any spare change, John? And not for me, for a friend.
For a friend, right? Yeah.
Sorry,
just a little pocket change. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. I like to hear things. I like to hear things jingle when I walk. Continue.
Other gift scandals have happened. Nominations for actors who didn't have nominations in any other award ceremony have been given. And this generated a general flippant relationship with most of the stars of Hollywood that they currently have had with the Hollywood Foreign Press and the Golden Globes. You know, they all basically laugh at it, but they still kept on going. They were like drinking down the booze while mocking it. At the same, Ricky Gervais is probably the biggest. 10 years ago, it was his first award ceremony, and he'd done it several times since then. Every time getting worse and worse, and he was banned from them, and then brought back the very next year because people loved him so much.
Right, and that's the thing. It's like it's a supply and demand. Is AP knows that he's so in demand, they can't cancel him because they'll be fucked. He can't totally say, I'm never doing this because that's such a great moneymaker and publicity. So, all right, we're just going to have barbs at each other, but neither one of us have true backbones, which it's kind of like a whole Ricky Gervais thing to me. Like, he's great. I love him. I love him. But he's one of those guys who like, nope, fuck you. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Anyone like sports figures who fuck you, and then they come back because the money gets better. Like, this is all this was a negotiating tactic. And it's like the old joke. You go to a fucking drunk guy goes to a chick in the bar. Hey, I'll give you $100 if you sleep with me. She's like, no, fuck you. Slaps him. Comes back. She's like, hey, I'll give you $2 million if you sleep with me. Has a briefcase right here. $2 million. She's like, oh, okay. He's like, all right. How about now we negotiate between 100 and 2 million? What do you think I am, a whore? Oh, we know you're a whore. We're just negotiating now.
We're just finding the price.
Yeah. No, the joke, I fucked it up, but I did it as a whole sketch in my head. It's like,
yeah.
Man B walks on from center stage right. Upstage. Looks. Hello. No. Horrible. Like, it. Yeah, conservation of words when it comes to jokes, and I did not do that at all.
Yeah.
So anyway, the AP.
So you keep on saying the AP. This is the Hollywood Foreign Press, which is a little different from the Associated Press. Just to clarify.
Yeah. Hollywood Foreign Press.
Right.
Yeah.
HFP.
Yeah. No. I dated a chick who had HPV, who was in the HFE, who ended up in the DMZ, and we never found her again. But luckily, I tested clean, and that's when I stopped following him.
So in 2020, the Golden Globes came off of one of their highest rated shows ever. But a few months later, a Norwegian journalist sued the HFP, Hollywood Foreign Press, for barring her entry, saying that they were, quote, institutionalizing a culture of corruption, end quote. Now, obviously, everyone in Hollywood knew this already, but now that's in a lawsuit. It's not just in print; it's in an actual lawsuit against the Hollywood Foreign Press. This starts a little bit of a.
Say that one more time. Say who and what the lawsuit was. I totally tuned out. Like, you were very boring to me. I saw your grandma's sweater and I was like, I would love hard candy. So I tuned out. One more time. I'm focusing now.
Norwegian journalist in 2020, after one of their highest rated shows ever, that's January, sued the Hollywood Foreign Press because they barred her entry into it. And she cited in her lawsuit that they were, quote, institutionalizing a culture of corruption.
The Swedes. Got to give her the Swedes.
Norwegian?
No, I mean, yeah, no, I that's what I said. If you run it back in the play-by-play, I said Norwegian. There's two things I can't stand is Swedish dissidents and people who correct me when I say Norwegian instead of Swede. Two things.
After that, the Globes failed to nominate any movie. This is for the 2021 season. Any movie with a predominantly black ensemble. Namely, major ones that year were One Night in Miami, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Da 5 Bloods, and Judas and the Black Messiah. None of them were nominated. Anything.
Okay, well, but they should have been nominated, but Judas and the Black Messiah should have been nominated. Yes. One Night in Miami should have been nominated. Yes. I don't think either one should have won. I think there were, if you look at what their nominations were.
Yeah.
These were better than others. However, my caveat, the two-sided, the kid in me thinks that that a lot of these, if you look at what is nominated, and honestly, a lot of times what wins, definitely what is nominated. If you look across the board, and this is any Academy Award, Golden Globe, anything that is television, film based of any sort. It is a lot of good filmmaking, a lot of good storytelling, but then there's also a tale of, okay, what is our hot button topic at this point? What are we dealing with as a community, as a society? And if someone makes a movie about that, or something that is something, like if you look back at like it's mental health, or someone who has a disability, or there's a discrimination of some sort. And I'm not saying it should not have a spotlight shown on it. I'm not saying that at all. I think all of them are amazing. All of them are fucking fantastic. But that we have to, as a society, say, or as a Academy Award, a Golden Globe, even the Hollywood Foreign Press, the AP. Look, I got your acronym right. Whatever you need me to say, baby. I'm just here for you. I'm only here for you. Actively, I'm only here for you. It's you and me watch this thing. This is going down in the history books. Shh. And now I feel like it's in a diary, but it's live, so it goes. Shh. People only find this at like 79 minutes. But
into the ether.
Like mist through a fence, John. Like mist through
tears in the rain. That's right.
And sounds through hourglass. And that's where they were nominated for a lot of their daytime awards. Anyway, I digress. If you put like, that was one of my things. It's like, well, One Night Miami, Black Messiah, they weren't nominated. They weren't like, okay, I get it. I don't get it, but at the same time, like, all right, are we just saying this as a society? You need to, I want to say the antithesis is like, oh, they should have been nominated. You need to say this one should not have, because it's not as good. Like, you need to identify why. You can't say like, let's build the category higher and bigger. And because there is a feeling, and I stated at the beginning, both of those shows should have been nominated. Both of those.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But
and they were nominated in the Oscars, right? They were nominated in the SAG Awards and all the other major awards.
Correct. And I say for those, and I personally, as just someone someone who watches, as a viewer, as those two. The third one you said, the
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom and Duff.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Yep. That was a rough one. I got through 2 episodes and was like, nope. Like, there could be some like great stuff going on with it. Like, at this point, no.
Well, that was an old August Wilson play.
No, I don't give a shit what it was. It's not something that should be nominated.
So, right? Yeah.
Like, just because. Oh, well, it's because that this guy did it earlier. Okay, and people loved it then. All right, and it was written in and it's
Chadwick Boseman's last live performance, right?
And then why? And because, so we're talking about because it's history, because it's for eternity, because it's for posterity, because why are we nominated? Why? Like, why should it win? Like, I'm 100%. Like, you gotta. If you're really looking at content of something, that's what I look at. Like, you look at people who were nominated in movies, the Best Picture, like A Beautiful Mind, great movie, not the best.
Right.
Not the best. I Am Sam, not the best.
The Theory of Everything.
Theory of Everything, not the best. But it's the time we're living in, and how the message is told to us, and the main people of society. We're like, yeah. So unfortunately, if you want to break it down, like, are we too? Like, I'll break it fucking down, John. I don't give a shit. You got nothing else to do. It's just you and me, baby. It's just like we talk about in these political spectrums and things now. It's like, oh, if you talk the right way, you win half this audience of the country. If you talk this way, you win the other half, right? So take the entire U.S. and think about who actively watches TV and movies and plays. Boom, you have to like cut off like 3/4 of society, like who are true watching, like maybe half. All right, we'll go half at this point, right?
Yeah.
I got a Venn diagram in my head, and we're going to keep them going smaller and smaller. So we got half now, all right?
Okay.
So now it's like, all right, so now you have TV, movies, plays, all right, and you get people who are like, I only fuck with musical theater. I don't have a TV in my house. You're out. Boom, right. We're down now to 2/3. So 6/4. I don't do fractions. Well, John, I never learned math or how to read. John, listen. Right? But we're a smaller group now. And so you get the people who are actually judging, and you have the consumer public and like who are more empathetic, who are more in touch with, who are judging movies, who are watching TV, who are active. They give back. You know what I mean? They speak up. They pay it forward. Let's see. And they also know, like I would say, pay it forward. And like Kevin Spacey's canceled. Like, I know, I'll figure out another way to say it. And I'll say they pay it forward was a great Kevin Spacey movie, John. It's been canceled. We're trying to do a whole thing. Anyway, if there's people who are watching this, who are judging this, it's how it's their mindset. They hear the wrong thing, like, oh, you can't say that. Oh, that's bad. And so if there's it's a specific topic, like, oh, they this a perfect mind has had, or a beautiful mind has had a, like, oh, look at his struggle. And like, we're all empathetic. We're all in this thing. There's been, and I'm with it. All of these things I'm 100% with. I'm not naysaying any of them.
Yeah.
Any of them at all. But I'm saying, I feel like movie and TV versus society, like you need to comment on society. It needs to be pertinent to society, but it is definitely church and state. Like, it should be, it is a specific commentary. It should be, or if it does, this is leaning one way or another way, great. Shows can do anything they want. But as far as nominating them as a board, as an academy, it should not be based on the fact of what our community and our society sees as correct in this moment. It should be on storytelling, acting, screenplay, cinematography, sound design, costuming, set design. Like, it should be on these, the
artistic
core,
excellence.
Our core, like what we do.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be like, all right, we're doing a whole show. Our movie right now, turns out that all the hipsters in Brooklyn love grandma sweaters. So we're doing a thing about how grandma gave a sweater to John. And we do a short story about it. And it's fucking filmed, and there's like sunsets, and there's Brooklyns, and there's like tons of grandmas. And there's like lots of, lean down. Like when you lean up, you see what's happening. Like either lean forward and be the head in the screen, or lean back and be grandma sweater. Lean forward. I got nothing. It's like, I got nowhere to go for you. You shouldn't be wearing that in public. At least this, I can say this is a grandma situation. John, if in our friendship you could smash that subscribe and like button, if you hit that bell and say every time, like, you'll answer the call. I'm just saying, ding, 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 ding.
No, what it's interesting because you make a good point. The voting committees of both the Emmys and the Oscars are artist based, and there's a larger pool, and so more of And artists, as an artist, especially as an actor, our art is empathy based because we have to get into the minds of
Correct.
other, of
Correct.
characters that are not like us, and so that is like the point of empathy, to be able to feel that possibility, right, of someone else. And so, because of this empathy based arts form that is the artists who are voting on these awards, there is that trend that the yearly or the seasonally, when hot topics come up, when a movie really moves people and has something big to say, it gets a lot of attention, and it gets a lot of attention from the artists, and it usually is highly nominated, many times wins, sweeps the Oscars, is mostly what we're talking about. With the
All
Hollywood
right.
Foreign Press, they are not artists, they are press, and there's only 100 roughly of them, and so they are removed from this art form and looking in on from the outside.
It's like when the judges stop being polite and they start being real.
That's right.
That's when we have the Academy Awards. However, when we keep being polite and we're all dictated by our predilections and how much cheap ass Sanyo watches, you say Casio? Something, it was poor to me. Like whatever you said made me feel poor in my mouth. Say those words again. It was kind of watch.
They were Coach watches. Very
poor. No, very poor. In my world, poor.
Drungo, it's not a Casio. It's nothing.
No. It's like it's in the same realm as Casio. Like if I'm not specifically designed by Cartier, I don't fuck with it.
Right.
If I don't have to have a wheelbarrow to wheel my arm around, and I'm better off looking at an old sundial to figure out what time it is.
That's right.
Because this just shit doesn't work. It's just bling, 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 and my wheelbarrow that I also had to bling out, which is unbelievably expensive.
Right.
I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Coach, Casio, all these bullshits.
So this lack of recognition of diversity in the 2021 Golden Globes sparked a major backlash, both within, both looking at the Hollywood Foreign Press itself and in the nominations and awards within the Golden Globes. The largest of the controversies came to light is that the Hollywood Foreign Press has not one black member in its ranks.
Yeah.
This group has been essentially holding on to this 1940s version of what it means to be elite. This white, male, misogynistic, studio, glitz and glamour, star over talent kind of ideal from when they started, the 1940s. They have that still today, and it's finally bit them on the butt.
No, 100%. But everything you said, and star over talent, there's no way to sugarcoat that. That is not a good thing. Talent is always the thing that drives, and you find other talent to surround the talent to push a project forward. But every other thing you just said was like, No, that if you use it correctly, this is where we differ on watching The Vow. It was like all the things they did were good until the branding and the sex. I mean, the unwanted sex, the sex that was manipulated. Yeah, that's why you play volleyball. Bitches love volleyball.
I say it was all wrong. I say it was all wrong.
Right, and I say you did some good work for some people. They didn't find the good people who were like, you know what, changed my life. I was really able to go out there and face my demons and find the good things.
That docuseries was really manipulative. It only had one viewpoint.
No, John, I followed the case. I watched the trial. I did the things, and I was like, yeah, he's a demon. It was like, but was he a demon to everyone? Like, maybe we should give him only life plus 20 instead of life plus 120.
Right.
Maybe give him a chance. You know what I mean? Because if this whole fucking executive success program works, he could be living through another life. I don't know. Give him a chance. He'll be out when he's dead in 20.
That's right. So by the time the 2021 Golden Globes actually happened in January 2021, all this controversy because the nominations had been out, that's what sparked it. Then it came out about the Hollywood Foreign Press not having one person of color in their ranks. So the hosts that year were Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and they directly addressed this fact of lack of diversity. They had to, and so they said, we all know that awards themselves are BS. We all know that that doesn't really mean anything, but even within this glitz and glamour, cake and circuses style ceremony, there has to be some show of diversity. And the president and the vice president of the Hollywood Foreign Press even came out and said, we understand we have work to do, because they were, foreign, so I said some nondescript foreign accent there. But this wasn't enough. The Hollywood backlash simply just blew up after this. Even Tom Cruise, who is known for being apolitical, even though he's a wacko in his own right, announced that he would be returning his 3 Golden Globes. And he had never made those kind of announcements before. Never made some kind of political stand in any way. So this year, they were dropped from NBC. This is the first year they did not have a network affiliate to host their award ceremony or to broadcast their award ceremony. So they were live tweeted in a room in the Beverly Hilton with only the Hollywood Foreign Press, the ones who vote on the Golden Globes, in attendance. The only ones in attendance. No stars, no booze, no recognition from the actors and film artists that they were giving these awards to.
It sounds like they've been demoted to two-sided podcast style, John. We're only pissing into the wind, hoping for the best, saluting the worst. Shout out to not Black Messiah because not nominated. Shout out to not anything of anyone of color. Close your mouth, John.
I'm just going to say there's an opening for an award ceremony. So, hey, NBC, looking this way.
So help me. He has a grandma sweater. I have an angry rapist beard and a bad attitude. Don't you want these two as hosts?
Do you want some awards, little kids?
No, I said therapist beard. I have therapist beard. I'm sorry, I read the cue card wrong. You have the spaces too far apart, John.
So now, scandal and scrutiny has always surrounded the Golden Globes, as we talked about. It's been decades of this, and the Hollywood Foreign Press. So it's quite possible that Hollywood doesn't like this lack of money market that is generated by the Golden Globes, that is no longer around. And they decide to bring the Golden Globes back with a mere slap on the wrist next year. It's possible. It is really possible. It is also possible that this could have very well been the last Golden Globes ever. Only time will tell.
Oh, I love time. I love time telling things, John, because I like to get hopes up and I like them dashed. I like being hopes being dashed and get them up later on. It's a whole variety roller coaster. It's a really good way to end a segment where you give people like maybe this, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just only asking questions, says Tucker Carlson in his grandma's fucking sweater. Yeah. I don't know. Only time will tell. I'm only asking questions.
It's terrible.
You wrote that. Only time will tell. That was your ending, wasn't it?
It was my ending, but that's not what Tucker called. Only asking questions is different from only time will tell.
And only time will tell. See, John, I feel like you need to come to my boy Pete's School of Writing because you got to leave them hanging. Where it's a scribble off a page, where it's a bloody thumbprint off the print, where it says, and everyone knows that sometimes, Mom, this is my time!
So do you think that this outsider elite will be able to revive itself and continue with the Golden Globes, or do you think, like you were saying, that it's just going to start to whitewash and it's just going to be an artist mentality, and they'll create some other, like the SAG Awards will probably take their place, is what I could see happening, right?
I see the SAG Awards taking the network spot because it's going to be what the artists support, and networks would totally go back because it's all about money. So networks would be like, yeah, if you have the money, for sure. But artists, if they won't show up to the ceremony and all of them are not showing up, ain't gonna happen. So like, oh, sorry, oh, SAG, you have the money, and how much can you give? Okay, it's not as much, but it's almost as much. We'll take as much as you can give, and yep, you're now network. Yeah. And you're promoted on your choices, and it'll be much more attended because the voters will be stars. A lot of them, they'll be people who are recognizable, who are actively involved in the process. So your attendance is guaranteed.
Yep.
It's not all about visuals and appearances. It's all about like, I belong to these people, and these is like, yeah, this is my hell yeah, I want to see what my shit happens. And also, all my cool rich friends are here. We're gonna go take too much after this. We took way too much before we came. We're taking way too much after.
Well, the Screen Actors Guild would make sense why it would have that prestige and, like you said, the numbers, because to be a voting member, you just have to be a SAG member in good standing. So I am a voting member of the Screen Actors Guild Awards.
No, I know you are, but you'll be voting, but you're not going to be able, when they're like, all right, here's the tickets, they're going to be giving out to the voting members who are on. So, right. No, stupid, definitely not you. And that's why I'm saying your A game, your network, next time you want to, like, when Tom Hanks, you like the 2 minutes, like, Mr. Hanks, I have a certain set of skills, and no, that's not it. I know where you're seeing, I've seen. Nope, that's not it. Mr. Hanks, you had me from hell. Nope, that's not it. Hi, I'm John Peacock. I don't know. You gotta find your in is gonna be the funny guy who's like a sidekick who's like, hey, Mr. Hank, I got your coffee. I don't drink coffee. Me neither. Every time. Like, this guy, he throws coffee in the ground every time he comes up. Coffee? No, me neither. He's like, I love him. He's crazy. I'm going to take him around. Watch this. Watch this. One of the awards.
I think you'd be down with that.
I'm watching this guy. Mr. Hanks, you need anything? Go give me a beverage. Watch this, guys. Watch. Coffee, Mr. Hanks? I don't drink coffee. Neither do I. See, guys? That's what he does. That's his bit.
I didn't even tell him to do that.
I don't tell him.
He always does that.
He's a no fucking coffee guy. That's what we said. Nothing glass. I said, I don't drink martinis. He threw it on the floor, hurt some old lady's leg. Now we're in lawsuits. It's very litigious. We just say no coffee. He splashes on himself. Lots of stained floors. It's great.
Well, we're moving on. You ready?
John, I've been actively ready my whole life. At this point, I just turned everything off. I'm now just talking to you, and it's going to get weird. It's going to get fucking weird. Because...
Well, that's going to... Yeah.
No, because it's going to lead us right into our next shot before you say your next goddamn words.
All right.
You know what's good for you, John? All right. Grandma told me I shouldn't be drinking too much, but Grandma's not here. I'm only here in a sweater spirit. Blink, blink, blink.
What Grandma don't know.
Don't hurt Grandma. Don't hurt Grandma. I thought you were leading me into it. What Grandma don't know, don't hurt Grandma.
No, what I am leading you into is our next lightning round.
Oh, we'll be coming around the lightning round. We'll become lightning. We'll be coming lightning round. We'll become lightning. We'll be coming lightning round. We'll be coming lightning round. We'll be coming lightning round. We'll become. Hey, y'all! You guys said something about lightning rounds or what about? No!
God.
I found it's best if we stay quiet when he starts yelling. His vision is based on movement like a rhinoceros.
This lightning round is one we haven't done in a little while, but I've always really enjoyed it. It's called the Safe Comedian.
Oh, no,
Safe
this
comedian.
is actually probably the worst one ever. Because making jokes that are dirty are hard enough. Making them that are clean, not easy. And then cheesy, like, John, all the things you do in life are difficult. You're a stumbling block upon my way to success. You are the boot on my car as I drive to Valhalla. Also, Thor had a Subaru. I don't know if you knew that.
In the past, I've given my boy Pete some topics for the Safe Comedian that he's always felt, maybe it's just enough rope to hang him. So I've intentionally made a little bit more fun, a little bit more vague, a little bit. You could have a fun time. You could have a great time.
So help me, John. So help me, because he knows I have at least an hour after the show to belittle, berate, besmirch. Oh, that was a close one. Could have had a third one out there. Yeah, no. You better. I didn't get a harumph out of your John. You better watch it.
Our first topic is...
I didn't get a harumph out of you, John.
Harumph!
Okay, fair enough. Let's do it.
Doing a set on superheroes in a cancel culture. Superheroes in a cancel culture.
Hey, have you seen this? Hey guys, have you seen this? The old Superman, faster than the speed of light, faster than the speeding bullet. Yeah. Lois Lane called. She says she wants her baby daddy father. Hey guys, have you seen this? Hey, have you seen the old Superman? Right, faster than the speeding bullet. Leaps over buildings with a single bound. Well, turns out he leaped over a building in a single bound to get away from Lois, and she's like, "Hey, Clark, you gotta be a father and not speed away like a bullet." Am I right? All right. Thanks, folks. Okay. Also, folks, same joke. Insert the Flash. Huh? Okay. All right. Okay. Merman, more like mer person. All the fish have been telling him for a while, right? You're not swimmer, swimmy. You're not those are your pronouns there, mer person. Am I right? Maybe those two. Ooh. Wonder Woman. We wonder why you don't get paid as much as all these other superheroes, woman. Should be your name. Right? Right? High five. Anyone? Nope. Okay. All right, folks, that's my time. Superheroes are people too. People are heroes too. Heroes are heroes. Also, I'm going to go next door and get a hero. Anyone wants to join? I'll be out there. Thanks, folks. Thanks for your time. I'm out. Rough one. That was a rough set. That was a rough set. And John, you got to give me a little green room time here. Hey man, that was a little rough. I was doing my new superhero material about how, like, you know, people are people, and like, hey man, yeah. Equality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Are you doing your superhero stuff, or you're?
Oh no, I got canceled.
Oh man, fucking superheroes. Am I right? High five. You want to go get a hero next door? High five. I'm buying. High five. Nope.
So our next one is psychedelic experiences to the baby boomer generation.
refresh me.
So your audience is the baby boomer generation, and your set is psychedelic
My
experiences.
baby boomer, which is they're World War II kids. They're the
Exactly.
60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Psychedelic experiences to the baby. I have a room full of baby boomers.
They're the ones who were saying dirty hippies back in the 60s, and they're still alive. Same guys.
Okay. Hey folks, it's really great to be here out in Branson in the Elks Lodge. Shout out Elks Lodge 241. Thanks, Carl. Thanks for cleaning up this mess. Appreciate it. Folks, we have a lot of jokes here tonight, but we're going to start out with things that might have happened later in your life. When you were in your 20s, the big psychedelic. I don't know if you knew about the electric Kool-Aid. Well, you know what? No. I'm sorry, miss. No one's going to jump through a wall and say, hey. It's actually pronounced, oh yeah. And it's not going to happen. And Jeff, no one's jumping through. No, tell him no. He's not coming through. Okay, so that was going to be our introduction for jokes about Kool-Aid experiments of psychedelics. You know what, folks? It's a crazy thing that we have out here. This is my first time in front of the AARP here in the Elks Lodge 204. Thanks, Carl. All right, and I didn't have a stroke, folks, and that is one thing I want you to think about. And one of the things is if you pause too far, you're actually in your head too much. And so one of the things that people have said, can you believe this? I don't believe this. They say a little bit of a hallucinogen, a little bit of MDMA, a little bit of psilocybin mushrooms. I can't even spell that, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. My small stroke I had right here just gave me the genius that I need to get through with this routine. So the funny thing happened on me. So folks, a funny thing happened to me on the way to the psilocybin mushroom shop. I was thinking about our baby boomer friends, you and me, our friend. This is going really rough. And I'm no, that's how I feel. If you I got nothing. Folks, war is hell. Am I right? Give me a second. I come back from a pit of pips and whores. Ladies and gentlemen, bear with me. I'm making my way through this world. 1 second. What do you mean, Ethel? You said come here. It's a free state, Carl. I don't know. We're going to give him a chance. Okay. All right. Fucking shit. Ladies and gentlemen, do you miss your kids? I miss most of them. Not so much Dave. Me neither. Do you miss most of your kids? I do miss most of my kids, and I'm telling you, if you want to have that special moment where you feel connected to your children, you have just a little something special. And now I'm doing pitches for things. Now I'm doing like. So I know what I'm saying. I don't know what he's saying. He's trying to sell us mushrooms. Well, Carl, do you have your checkbook? I don't have any cash. Do you take checks? I'm sorry, I don't take checks, but I digress. I'm having a difficult time myself. The joke is I pitched this to my parents. And so my parents actively decided to do psilocybin mushrooms and reconnect with all of their old friends and family. And it was stunning to see the level of discourse that they were able to produce at this level. I mean, granted, it was only between the two of them because they couldn't dial the phone, and I was there present trying to help them out the whole time. But I feel like there was a really good connection. And ladies and gentlemen, I feel like you could make it too. God damn it, John. This is the...
Now, when I said talk about psychedelic experiences, I didn't mean actually take a psychedelic and then try to blather through. You sounded like you were about to peak.
Did it come across? I felt like I was
well.
I was in character.
Yeah, it was great.
Awesome.
It was great. We're gonna give
give
that to you. The audience obviously wasn't gonna clap.
No, they were definitely not, because they are all shocked. Because that is what Sir Laurence Olivier taught me, is how to transform oneself into one's character. Even if it's misunderstood, commit fully, don't be ashamed.
That's right.
Find your way out of the dark and get crazy with it, is what he said. That's where I got the whole come back from pit of pimps and whores from him. It was actually a quote. Shout out. Hello, Junior.
Our final one of this evening is nostalgic Sesame Street episodes to the Gen Z generation. Now we're looking at the kids, the colleges as kids.
What is like? I don't know what that means now. Like, call it. Just give me an age, John. Like you, like I feel like that's how you hang me. Like here's baby boomers, here's Gen Z, and Gen like now if you do math, I don't know. Give me an age of how old people are. Oh, the little fuckers.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't mean that. You guys are cool. That's a joke. That's a joke. You're pretty. 18? No, 18 ones I can't. Oh, no. Okay, so say it one more time. I had to get established. Go ahead, one more time.
Nostalgic Sesame Street episodes to this crowd.
Oh, kids. All right, thanks for bringing me on the campus of USCSB, SBSU, as campus can't be you, CBS. I know it's a very .com, it's a very small campus. There's only 6 of you, but I appreciate your applause and I appreciate your silence. So if you could all stay with me in the, man, it's crazy here. You guys are all virtual. There's a half-court volleyball court with no net. No basket. You guys are doing really good. You probably didn't have it as bad as we had. Back when I did, I mean, you grew up with weird shows, but I grew up. I grew up with Sesame Street. And this kind of stuff, yeah, Mr. Snuffleupagus, right? If I describe Mr. Snuffleupagus to you, you'd be like, oh, the old crackhead by the supermarket who's like, okie dokie, who talks to an imaginary friend who needs things for his nose to eat and wants to be friends. And I'll be honest, kids, I didn't watch a lot of the shows, but Snuffleupagus, I feel like he needs things for his nose. I don't think he actually said that, but he wants to be friends.
He was an invisible elephant that only Big Bird could see.
All right, and one of our 4 students is talking aggressively out of turn. And I thank you for your feedback and also your silence. So what I'm saying, kids, is you don't know shit about growing up. No, I'm not done with my set. Dean, I'm not done with my set. I'll be better. Shit. Okay, I'm sorry you're a ginger. No, I'm sorry. You're gonna graduate. Whatever. Elmo! You guys want to talk about Elmo? Oh, this guy. Crackhead. Elmo! Dean, it's not about crack. It's about Okay. Apparently, I'm not going to get paid if I talk about Elmo and crack. Okay. Kids, you see no Oscar the Grouch? Well, I guess I can come out of the garbage. Oh, and that's not a good impression of Oscar the Grouch. And fuck you. I apologize, Dean. I just want to get paid. Anyway, kids, watch Sesame Street. It's funny as fuck if you take it into your life account right now. Pay me. Fuck you.
I love it.
I do that side of the college every other week.
There's no Dean there. It's just you talking.
John, I'm telling you, my best things are with like multiple people in my head. Like, yep, mind movie. Yep. Thank you, John. Thank you so much for coming out as student number 1. I mean, I'm sorry. Dean, student number 3. Thank you for coming out as student number 3. Student number one of the line, and was like, no, he can't read lines for shit. And you were like, grandma sweater, this guy has upper management written all over him. He gets a line. And that kept us on track. We're good.
If you like what you're listening to now, there's more Two-Sided out there. You can subscribe to our Instagram and Twitter, both which are at Two-Sided Pod. That's at TWO Sided Pod. We're also live streaming our episodes on YouTube channel, and that is Two-Sided Podcast. That's our channel, and you can find our live broadcast there. And if you are on the stereo, you can find either of those links on our profiles. We also have a Gmail account for suggesting topics for these Thursday shows or requests coming on to our Tuesday open chat stereo shows. And that's twosidedpod at gmail.com, TWO-sidedpod at gmail.com.
Yeah, finally, we're also go ahead. No, finally, I need you to finish your goddamn
Our podcast has gone viral. You can listen to Two-Sided on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and elsewhere by searching Two-Sided for podcasts. We'd like if you follow us on those platforms, subscribe to us on YouTube, and even follow us here on stereo if you haven't already. We thank you kindly.
Yeah, we don't say kindly normally in our day-to-day, but we're also starting a garage band called Fart Sandwich. We're going to open, hopefully, in the next tour for grunge rock, for climbers to be. You know what, John? I'm just squirrel trying to get a nut, trying to make it funny, and I need to realize when you have your shit written and like not belittle or interrupt. Let you read your. Yep, you're doing good. If this is our and folks, we're brought to you by, and you have to end by no, you always do. Fuck you, you do. You end with "we thank you kindly," and I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't want
it. Usually interrupt before then, so you don't realize
because
that the
no, it's awful. It's literally the worst. But I realize it now in my tirade. John, I'm a learned man with vitriol and hate and angst built up inside. I must have a bleeding. I must get leeches. I must something to get my tempers right. I don't know. But I'll listen now until you start your bullshit, until you say, "We thank you kindly." I feel like I'm going to a Disneyland barbecue, all you can eat in fucking. It's the old. Come on, folks, you want to come down? And we thank you kindly for coming in. This is Thunder Mountain. Hold on, folks, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness. Now, take off your hats and glasses. We can't pray for them very much. Yeah, we thank you kindly for coming in. This is the wildest ride in the wilderness. That's what you sound like, and I hate every moment. However, I will listen if that's your tirade to do our pitch. Also a joke about your grandma sweater.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so our final segment of the night is Sneakers, the movie.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
The
thank
movie
God.
The movie Sneakers, released in 1992, despite attempting in every single way to simply be known as a random, dated, Hollywood elite goof around style, a la like Ocean's 11, both versions, an expiring technology-based movie, immediately become obsolete and unrelatable, turned out to be a timeless story of trust, friendship, and moving beyond one's past lives, and of an understanding of our small place in the world of overbearing governments and societal systems.
Holy shit, John. You got that Sneakers?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I didn't get any of that shit, but fair enough.
First, we have let's give a demonstration of what Sneakers had embedded into its very structure of the story that made it immediately dated. So, no cell phones, the internet only being a tech savvy black web basis before AOL got its hands on it. Computer generated data companies that were dating, computer generated dating companies that were mail in only. So, you couldn't actually talk to them otherwise, but through mail.
I know, and John was very upset about that. And he's like, I cannot get a mail order bride if I cannot talk to them directly. I send the mail, and hey, Mother Russia Postal Service mails you bride. I mail myself. This is ridiculous.
Along with closed security circuits in all the major locations. So everything you had to break into the physical location in order to access any of its technology. So the telephone company being the only conduit into each system. Tape over CD or DVD, and all technologies needing some sort of analog component before the digital, so hardware versus software. They even referred to waterbeds as a thing in RVs. This was truly a specific timeline, a time frame spanning a span lasting only 5 to 7 years max. And after the mid 90s, even the concept of and central mission of this movie would be obsolete and somewhat foreign to the younger generations. So even the aesthetic of the movie was quintessentially early 90s. So how could it last? That's the question I'm starting to pose.
Bullshit. How could Goonies last? Quintessentially. How could Short Circuit last? Quintessentially. How can the Maltese Falcon? Like, there's specific. Well, no, that's more of a period, but there's all of those things. Sneakers, you have a soft spot in your heart for. It's a great, like, because it is the conglomeration. It is the cross reference of here is government interference of what we need for freedom, of what here is being put upon us, versus here is how I feel about myself, versus self-discovery, versus sexual discovery, versus and all, like, everything all at once. It's like, hey, do you like Dream a Little Dream? Yeah. Do you like Breakfast Club? Yeah. Do you like Some Kind of Wonderful? All right. Watch this, and it's about the same thing as the net. Remember them when that chick was holed up in her home with the internet? Yeah. All those kids movies. Sandra Bullock in her house. Put it together and show a booby from Brad Pitt's ex-wife for the first time.
Brett, Hackers.
Oh, shit. John has a titty preview in his head because I was like, Sneakers. Like, he's right. Hackers was her titty. Like, Sneakers.
And thank you for that segue, because I was just going to say that Hackers has been many times related to Sneakers as these two 90s tech-based movies with big casts in them. I
totally
feel Hackers dated itself in a way that is somewhat unrelatable, whereas Sneakers has so many universal concepts in it. That's why, even though its technology is even older than Hackers and much more obsolete, that doesn't matter. It's about the people, the relationships, and really the stars within it. And that's what we're going to talk about next.
You son of a bitch! I'm gonna have to go watch this movie because now I realize wait, I do a lot of drinking and I dabble in doctor prescribed pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Like I do diuretics. I have some ulcer medication.
I
get
have
myself
juice.
a little fucked up, if you know what I mean, when it comes to digestion. But I'm thinking, like, Jesus Christ, dude, did I just mix those? No, I know the two different movies, but I'm like, now you tell me? Like, no, I'm blurring the shit. As soon as I said, like, oh, here's these titty pictures, like, you're not. Like, God damn it. Now my mind is... And this is what John wanted to do with us with the 90s. Fuck you, John. All right, I'm listening. Let's talk about sneakers versus hackers and tell me about what... Yeah, go.
Okay, so getting into the cast, it stars two no longer living legends of Hollywood, one living legend of Hollywood, a living comedic legend involved in legendary conspiracy theory silliness, Shakespeare heavyweights from both sides of the pond, a current king of Zamunda, and a future first lady, then president of the world. Our top billing is Robert Redford, a true Hollywood superstar.
Right, but we all know him from his dressings. Continue, John.
That would be Paul Newman, but okay. Who teamed up with
Paul Newman. What? The same.
Thank you for you're segueing me so well. Robert Redford teamed up with Paul Newman, the dressing man, for not only Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, but also for The Sting. He is
right. Oh my God. Okay, keep going.
More political dramas than anyone, even some sexy dramas like River Runs Through It and Indecent Proposal.
That's not sexy.
And even got himself into the Marvel Universe.
That's not sexy either. Keep going.
Next, River Phoenix.
Oh my God. He was my favorite Phoenix child until I met Leaf. Until I met Joaquin, and until I realized the Viper Room was closed down. You guys, no, fuck off. There's been so many documentaries and podcasts, but the Viper Room, come on, man. All right, River, you ruined everything for us. River Phoenix, go on. Robert Redford, Paul Newman, River Phoenix.
Phoenix, who blew into the scene as the next super great with his performance in Stand By Me, continuing immediately with The Mosquito Coast with Harrison Ford.
Mosquito Coast, which is a fucking fantastic movie. Anyone out there listening? On Apple TV, there's a series, a TV series about of Mosquito Coast. It's literally the same storyline of River Phoenix and Harrison Ford. But it's it's all out there, like 9 episodes, 10 episodes. It's the fucking shit. Check that out. Mosquito Coast. Go on, John.
He's also known for My Own Private Idaho, before playing with the boys in Steve.
John L. Peacock. He also. This is a fucking through line. He's also in. The lead character in A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon, which starred what's her face, who was in Dreaming a Little Dream, which I loved. Anyway, but in The Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon, River Phoenix comes up on stage after he's trying to win his girlfriend back from prom, and he jumps up on stage, and he's like, I come back from a pit of pimps and whores. And was like, he's like, bear with me. I'm making this up as I go. And he goes into, because he's a poet. And I don't know his poetry because it was kind of shitty poetry. But I remember that stop line of like, make a record scratch when you're going to say something. I come back from a pit of pimps and whores. I'm like, bear with me. I'm making this up. It's so good. Okay. Full circle. Go on. So his joke, my joke. Robert Redford, Paul Newman, River Phoenix, Viper.
So he died a year after the movie came out, and this was his penultimate performance. Now, next one, Dan Aykroyd. known these days more for his off-camera persona than his characters, but who started with the first batch of not yet ready for primetime players on SNL. After Ghostbusters died out, Aykroyd said that he truly believes in ghosts, aliens, metaphysical occurrences, paranormal activities,
Now you're
and
just
much, much more.
now you're just belittling, you're besmirching the characters of good people. Go on, continue.
This comes into play with his character in this movie. Next,
Is it my time to make jokes now? Okay. Is it my time to make jokes, or you're going to say more names of people?
I'm going to say more names. So how about you say some?
Yeah. Jokes? How about I say funny things? This is my time in life. You say he believes in character. What about him in the great outdoors? What about him? Like, you're not going to give me anything of he's known from behind camera more days, and now he says he believes in the afterlife. You're giving allusions to Ghostbusters. You're not going to give me great outdoors. Like, what are you doing with your life? If you're setting this up and you wrote this as a script, tell me and I'll shut the fuck up. But God damn it, John. You need me to quiet? You need me quiet? You need me quiet? You need me quiet? You need me quiet? I'll quiet. I'll quiet. No. And next is, after Dan Aykroyd, is I'll quiet.
David Strathairn and Ben Kingsley are two hard-hitting classical actors with movies and play productions notched on their respective belts for some of Shakespeare's best, and Kingsley even played Gandhi in the Oscar award-winning movie.
See, great. My thing is, people always reference Ben Kingsley with Gandhi, but it's a tough movie to watch. Like, it's like, oh, shit, you want to see some good acting? Watch Gandhi. Like, no, fuck off. You want to see some good acting with Ben Kingsley, John? Watch Sexy Beast.
Ooh.
Which is a mob boss who's fucked shit up. Like, it's good. It's great. It's like it's the same time as Melrose Ave, or no, Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive.
It's the same.
Okay.
Right around the same time as that and Crash. It was right around. That was the time. It was, but
that gritty resurgence in Hollywood. That was a beautiful gritty resurgence. Yeah.
Right. That's how I live my life. A very gritty resurgence. That's anyone right. Who's watching, listening, we're on YouTube. Click our profiles. We're going live right now. Every Thursday live. Click that subscribe. Click the alert. Smash that subscribe button, Bo. Dude, I don't even know how to do that shit.
You can see left, beautiful mugs.
No.
Back into the left.
Back in the left. There it is. Anyway, so subscribe. We're every Thursday. We're Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central Eastern, 9:24 p.m. in 1984 in Narnia. So all of those things, just subscribe, the alert, and you'll know. John, continue. Ben Kingsley.
So Mary McDonnell is our girl in the boys club, who had just come off playing with Daniel Day-Lewis in Dances with Wolves. She went on to become the first lady to die in Independence Day, and then became the president of the world in the highly acclaimed series Battlestar Galactica.
I'm with it. Like, I'm glad you brought Independence Day. You don't need to bring Shakespeare things into it. She was amazing in Sneakers, but I think today is our Independence Day of you not talking about Shakespeare. We've fought this hard for this long, and we've addressed John in his grandma sweater for too long, and no one and nothing will keep us down. Today is... I got nothing, John. I got nothing. Just making cocktails, baby. Making cocktails.
Last, and certainly never least, Sidney Poitier.
Oh, shit.
Sidney Poitier, who died on January 6th of this year, is quite possibly the greatest Hollywood star of all time. President Obama, when awarding him a Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2009, said, quote, Sidney Poitier does not make movies, he makes milestones. Milestones of artistic excellence, milestones of America's progress. Poitier once called his driving purpose to make himself a better person. He did, and he made us all a little better along the way. End quote.
Okay, so I'm a learned man. My movie collect. Oop, there's a hiccup. My movie collection smells of rich walnut and leather Corinthian. It's beautiful. Names, because I know his like basic stuff. Like, what was he known for? His big hits. Because I know he's throughout the ages, and we all have. Everyone knows all the references to him and all the cartoons and all the memes and all the things. But like, okay, well, what was your thing? I like French.
I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. So, from In the Heat of the Night to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, two of his biggest. In the Heat of the Night is They Call Me Mr. Tibbs, where he slaps the officer as an officer.
But here's the deal: In the Heat of the Night, it's directed by these are his movies are great movies. They're amazing movies, but they're not well-known directors. It's like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and like things like, oh yeah, very few people have seen. So like Sidney Point, that's why I'm trying to place him. Okay, go ahead, go.
Separate but Equal is another one, and even looking at racial injustices across the globe in his movie Mandela and de Klerk, which looked at de Klerk and Nelson Mandela, the last white president of South Africa and the first black president of South Africa. And yes, being the first black actor to win the Oscar for Best Actor, Poitier truly did make milestones wherever he went.
He definitely did, but his bit, like, John, I feel like I don't have enough information. I feel like you need to keep talking, and I'm going to give all the shit that we all know him for, because you're doing a very poor job of telling me.
Let's get into the plot summary. Spoiler warning here. As far as plot spoilers go, the spoilers of this movie are quite minor. But if you really want to watch this 30-year-old movie for the first time, going in basically blind, I'm just telling people who are listening now or in the future. Stop listening for the next 10 minutes.
Fuck, John. 10 minutes. What movie are you talking about? Because you might be giving me a spoiler, and I might not want that. So, what are we talking about? And why can you just take a breath and realize that it's not just you doing this? I'm doing my Independence Day. And I'm talking back. No. Oh, sneakers. Okay, because I thought we were talking about Sidney Poitier's thing. So like, what movie? Because you just said like the white secretary and the clerk, and like I need to look all these up. He's really like I'm looking his shit up to try and everyone, don't listen if you don't know Sneakers. But you know what? Maybe do, because I've watched it like 5 times and I don't remember all of it. But I'm pretty sure it involves computers. So
okay, you just look stuff up and stop derailing me. I'm going to tell a little bit of the plot. Okay, the movie begins with quote.
Maybe I'm gonna give you one pointer as a director, as an actor. You can say the movie starts with, and I quote. You can do the quotes, but when you get to your reading of your paragraphs of what that intent is after that quote. Maybe just kind of look up, what's the heart of that piece, John? Maybe talk about it like a human, and then like maybe look back down after you're done with that paragraph, after you're done with that piece, and like I missed something, throw that in. Maybe be a fucking human instead of goddamn robot. All right, love you, Kiko. You're doing good. You're doing really good. I'm looking up Sidney Poitier.
A black screen that the words "A turnip cures Elvis" scrolls across. And then that phrase scrambles itself into Universal Pictures. A few more Scrabble-esque word scrambles before we get to Fort Red Border for Robert Redford. Then our opening scene with snow, smooth jazz, and December 1969.
Yeah, no, I apologize to anyone listening because I feel like the movie itself was an hour and 37 minutes. I feel like the reading of John doing the credits and all the bullshit is going to take at least 2:20. I don't have this kind of time in my life. So, John, you need to get with your shit, baby. Like, come. I'm going to give you like 20 hot seconds to get with the fucking program and tell me what's going on here.
Okay. So in 69, Marty, Bryce, and Cosmo are in a college using what looks like 80s computers, but in the 60s, attached to stereotypical landline phone receivers, causing the phone line to transmit fraudulent electronic money transfers from the rich and give it to the poor. Republican committee giving to the Black Panthers, Richard Nixon giving all of his dirty load to the organization of legalizing marijuana, that sort of thing.
Okay, so anyone out there listening, John read a bunch of shit that he tried to sum up in the last seconds when he looked away. So it's a Robin Hood story, but it's with the internet. So here is...
Or an early version of the internet, right. Yeah.
We're taking wire transfers. Remember Western Union? Because we can still do that for poor people to send money. So it's Western Union with a dial-up connection, and they're stealing money to give to poor people, and they're government officials. Or no. I don't know, John. Can you tell me that? Yes or no? Government or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
They're not government. No. They're stealing from the government.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So government is doing Western Union. This pirate band, the Robin Hoods, are tapping in and taking the wire transfers and giving it to the poor. So John has just explained Robin Hood, men in tights with digital currency. John, go.
So Marty gets hungry, wants pizza. Cosmo says whoever wins his coin in hand game goes. As Marty leaves, having lost, Cosmo reveals his second hand to be empty, saying, "One cannot trust anybody these days." So the scrambling words and Cosmo's betraying his friend in that moment is what's really setting up the heart of this movie. The FBI comes as Marty tries to start his hippie van. They get Cosmo. Marty gets away.
All right, that's awesome and great and fantastic. I haven't watched this movie in probably 10 years. I know it, but you keep saying Marty and Cosmo and open his hand. It says nothing's here. Like, you got to give 2 lines of preface. Sidney Poitier is fucking Robert Redford is Paul Newton's like Cosmo and Marty.
We find out, because these are both younger versions of people from 69. We cut to present day. We learn that Marty is Robert Redford. We do not know who Cosmo is. Cosmo is someone who is a person of the past because he went to prison supposedly for life.
You're doing the whole fucking movie. You're doing the entire movie. I thought we were doing a quick summation. You're trying to do like, fast forward, we don't know who they are. Fast forward, we know who they are now. No characters. I'm going to be as crazy as they were early on and give you, like, this is how we, John, you can't fast forward. Oh my God. Okay, go. Look, we lost our one listener. Go.
Okay, so let's see. I have a lot, so maybe I should cut all this down. All right. We get introduced to our team.
The whole movie.
We get introduced to our team. So Stratham is playing Whistler, a blind guy who has the run-ins with the telephone company because of his amazing hearing. He uses that to hear the phone lines and their technology. We get this in the first scene. Mother is Dan Aykroyd. He's the bass man. He's the one who is there in the sewer pipes connecting all the wires. Carl is our plucky little River Phoenix, who is a really, really excited guy trying to be with all these old guys. And Crease is Sidney Poitier's character, who is an ex-CIA agent who was terminated from the CIA 22 years after 22 years of service.
And his role in this troop is running it, correct?
Him and Redford, who is Martin Bryce at this point. He changes.
Right. No. So John, don't talk to me about don't look at your script. Like if we're talking movies, don't try to read the fucking movie to me. If we're talking this through, like God damn it. So meanwhile, then Rutherford and just, all right. So we got a team. You guys know Voltron? All right. Voltron. Everyone has a special skill. It's like Ocean's 11. Everyone has a special skill.
Yeah.
And here's all the people. And what they're doing is they're trying to fucking steal money from the government and wire transfers in hustles like the Sting. There we go. So here's the people. So, John, quick and go.
So the new group is
a
legitimate.
No. Don't read it. Tell me the story.
I'm not. I'm done with that now. I know this movie like the back of my hand. The new group is a legitimate group.
Don't look down here.
Their job is to banks hire them to steal from them, as the receptionist says. So people pay you to break into their places so that nobody can break into their places. Robert Redford says it's a living, and she looks at the paycheck and says, "Not a very good one." Right.
The main group, you said. So we don't know who that is. So what does the main group mean, John? So this is how we talk about it.
Mother, Whistler, Kreese, and Bishop. So
Carl. Dan Aykroyd, Robert Redford, Sidney Poitier,
River Phoenix, David Strathairn.
But not Ben Kingsley.
Nope.
So no, I know. I'm just trying to, because the people who don't know the movie, you're trying to fucking sell it out. Did you know David Strathairn and Jason Statham they transported their mother to Christmas this last Christmas? No relation, just like two brothers taking mom to Christmas.
So really quickly,
Robert Redford, River Phoenix, Dan Aykroyd, David Strathairn, and Sidney Poitier realize
that Robert Redford has a past that is catching up with him. The NSA comes to him and says, "We know all this about all these people, and we know what you did," because he was the one who was stealing from the rich and giving to the poor back in '69.
You're fucked now. So we're gonna fuck you now unless
you steal this box that unlocks all cryptography
that we want. So
that we want.
You steal this, or we fuck you from the past. And correct. So this is. I feel like I'm talking to my mom right now. So they said, "Hey, do this shit for us, or we'll fuck you up." He's like, "All right, hey guys." And all the guys like, okie dokie. And they come together like Voltron. And once they come together like Voltron, now take it away. They're coming together like Voltron.
They are easily able to get into the little black box of this Janik guy, the scientist who created it. They steal it. Everything's wonderful. Right, they're partying. They're having a great time. They give it to the NSA. And then Poitier notices a newspaper that says that Janik guy was murdered. They didn't do it, and he knows something's up. So he gets Redford in the car. They zoom away, and they don't have the money. They don't have anything else. They gave the black box away. All seems lost, right?
This is the worst Cecil Ebert episode I've ever been part of. Like you're not good at movie telling or episodes right now. Like I've kind of tuned out. Like you're not. Just continue and finish whatever you're gonna do. Go.
There's a moment where Redford runs into an old KGB officer, Gregor. And now we're thinking, it might be the Russians involved because this is '92. This is right after the fall.
It's the fucking Russians, John. Continue.
That's right. Actually, that's a perfect thing because they really use that as a beautiful
Just finish the movie.
And it was never the Russians. It was.
It never is. Internal. It's always the Ukrainians, John. Go ahead.
Cosmo, who was believed to be dead, is actually the one who's behind it all. His old friend, now turned enemy, has betrayed him.
Cosmo, because John likes to use fucking character names instead of people. He hasn't mentioned Paul Newman or Ben Kingsley because the originals were only Robert Redford, River Phoenix, Dan Aykroyd, David Statham, Sidney Poitier. He hasn't mentioned the other ones because his friend.
Since Paul Newman is not in it whatsoever, it's Ben Kingsley. Funny enough.
No, it's. This is where we differentiate the two-sided of the fun of the series. Like, this is not fun or funny or any. You're not good at movies or retelling them. And then, meanwhile, back at band camp. All right, so it was Ben Kingsley all the while, and he says, "Oh, I've noticed the newspaper, and it looks like he's been killed, and maybe it was like the butler who did it." And it's like, "Oh no, I'm only Mrs. Peacock." And so, I know, we saw your pronouns. We actively know, says Professor Plum, and we all, John, we get it. So continue the movie, into the movie. Go.
Yeah, Redford thought it was the NSA, wasn't the NSA. He goes to Gregor. They're in a car together. Gregor gets pulled over by the FBI. He offers him asylum. And as Martin, who is Redford, gets out, Gregor says, "You won't know who to trust." Martin gets out. The FBI find his gun, and then they use his gun to kill Gregor and his driver, and say too many secrets. So not only was it not the NSA, it was also not the FBI. It was all the same guy doing it the same. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you ain't gonna fool me again. It was literally like that.
Folks, I've seen this movie multiple times, and John, I need to watch it again because John's his explanation. I remember who got killed, and I remember how they got killed, and I remember what was happening. But his explanation of how he did his words, like, you're upset and reading things, and now flustered and making like all the things you're doing are stupid. Like, I don't. So hey, maybe next week I can fucking regurgitate my favorite movie. Maybe that'll happen.
All right,
maybe,
I'm going to cut to the end.
No. Because maybe we can talk about Sidney Poitier's movie Ghost Dad next time. Because I'll give you the whole fucking breakdown on Ghost Dad, John.
Bill Cosby?
Sidney Poitier. I don't know who else is in it. You'll have to wait for the fucking recap. You're not done yet? Okay, so he shot him and said too many secrets, and now John's going to keep fucking talking. Jesus Christ.
The good guys win in the end. They get the box back. And then, with the best end of movie, one scene cameos ever, enter James Earl Jones. The only real government official of the entire movie. He wants the box and will do anything to keep it a secret except for kill them. And so, as the Russian Gregor
remember when you were gonna read it? Remember when you were gonna do that and you continued to only read? I'm just asking questions.
So the whole point.
So James Earl Jones came in and he was the only CIA agent. He was the only fucking government agent. James Earl Jones comes in and he's like, "Whoa, motherfuckers!" And we all like, "Bah!" And then John,
he takes the box, and the lead character says, the Russians say their codes are completely different from ours, so it's not going to work for them. It'll only work for spying on us. And I think that's a huge crux of the movie. Because it's all internal. The themes of this movie are looking how
right here
devious our governments are to our own people. How greed and power can destroy friendships, but how loyalty and trust can really bind people together in a beautiful way.
I am aggressively opposed to all of the things you say. Like, that you're going to use this platform to talk about this movie and give this message. Yep. That is what I am opposed to. You're a fucking
I love
idiot.
this movie so much.
No. I know you do, but you gave a play-by-play and tried to fucking jerk off all the actors. Granted, you didn't say a fucking thing about Mary
McDonald?
McDonald. No. I'm not asking you to. Shut the fuck up. I'm not asking you to. No. Shut the fuck up. I'm just saying you gave a rundown of here's the characters, here's the players, here's the... And I know you skipped 2 or 3 pages that made your heart burn because I wrote this and I researched it. And I'm going to regurgitate this goddamn movie. And I appreciate, like, I don't have time for friendship or other things in life because I spend so much time on the show. How about this? You owe me an hour and a half of friendship time because this was bullshit. And any research you did for this, fuck you. And you can tell anyone in the world, sorry, I owe about an hour and a half. I was a dummy. Because you want to spend an hour to do Strange Brew next week, bro? And it's a coming of age of 2 brothers in the Pacific Northwest realizing they don't have social skills or influences, but they have a will to live and a lust of beer. Maybe fucking mid-grade beer, eh? Okay, good on ya. John, is that what we want to do our show on? Is that our fun thing? Boo, bro. Boo. Tell me more about if the fun things are our favorite movies. I have things to say now. And I'm going to at least tell me the goddamn movies before we watch them again. Like, I know the movie, but I can't all the way through. Like, John, damn it, John. I want you to know that Grandma and I would be very disappointed in your sweater and of your summation of the show.
So the sources for this episode of Two Sided have been for the serious New York Times podcast, The Daily, entitled the episode called "The Rise and Fall of the Golden Globes," and the dartmouth.com, their article 79th Golden Globe Awards proceed as a private event. For the fun, which is sneakers, my largest source by far was the movie itself. All opinions and theories stated are completely mine. I know it so well that I didn't need any article on it. For the actors' and careers and other specifics, I did use their individual IMDb pages.
Oh, no. And my favorite thing is when people are their own self-proclaimed experts on a thing. Like, I don't need anyone to tell me nothing about nothing. All right, Karen. Not a problem. Hey, you want to watch another movie next week, Karen? Let's see it. And notice how I didn't go any further than that because you don't need any information to know what I'm saying. Because I know when I make a joke aggressively at John and his not need for knowledge, I know I don't need any backup.
So speaking of that, Pete, for this episode, is there anything that you'd like to take a second look at, a second guess, a second opinion? This is Pete's Retraction Corner.
You're probably the worst person, like, because we're doing this as just a quiet intervention for your movie descriptions and my aggressive drinking. Fuck you, John. I love you, but I want to turn you with a tongue. But all this, you couldn't give me any of the good Sidney Poitier movies. You gave me all these references and you regurgitated things that you wrote. Like, I'm with you, bro. I'm 100% with you. Write them down. Read them up. Like, how I feel about this movie. Don't tell me what you're reading on the movie. Like, Sidney Poitier, this motherfucker was in Stir Crazy. Did you know Stir Crazy? God damn. He was in The Greatest Story Ever. Little Nikita. I don't know if you knew this. I Am Not Your Negro in 2016, which was also a nominated award show. Like, if you're going to show things about, like, and also, Obama said, like, okay, why? I had to look up, and, like, these are the reasons why. Give me some things, John. Do your work. What I'm retracting is that I didn't say that in the beginning. Shut the show down. That's it. I'm a producer. You're out of order. This whole show is out of order. All right, folks. That leads us to our next thing. We are on YouTube Live right now. That I just realized. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that alert button. Tell John his grandma sweater looks delightful. Also, we're going to list you no, don't do that. A whole list of our Sidney Poitier favorite movies. Separate but equal. Hanky Panky, Children of the Dust. Edge of the City, Brother John, The Slender Thread, Mendel and Dick Kirk. That is what you're saying. You said The Clerk?
Mandela
Duck.
and de Klerk.
Oh, you did not enunciate. There's not enough emphasis on your syllables, John. And that is what we're brought to you by Grandma Sweaters. Hey, when you can't be feeling warm enough, Grandma Sweaters keep you warm, keep you smelling like mildew. Grandma Sweaters, call them up.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show on stereo every Tuesday, same time as tonight. So if you'd like to join us or want to throw some topics out there, email us at twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO-sidedpod@gmail.com. And remember to join us in the green room in about 4 minutes for our after show wind down. That's a wrap for tonight. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
And I'm my boy Pete, and you can watch Mark of the Hawk, Cry, The Beloved Country, the Something of Value, The Willoughby Conspiracy. Fast forward any of these great Sidney Poitier movies to see why he's the best of the best down in Southern California.
And this was our show. Join us live next and every Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the fun and the serious, here on Two Sided.
Let's hear that didgeridoo, John, because Daddy needs a little do in his life. It's like a sound bath for stupid people. It washes over you like cascades of nope, 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 nope. And I adore it. Cheers.